political grudge match escalate. In just the last week, a soon-to-be congressman body slammed a reporter.
All right, joining us now is Larry Sabato, director of the Center for Politics at the University of Virginia. You know, Larry, are we at a new place right now? You know, I was watching that video from the Texas floor last night thinking, you know, gosh, are we going to see more of this? Is there a new coarseness in American politics?
I think we are, John. Look, I'm not going to deny that American history is dotted with examples of legislators and congressmen getting into fights of one sort or another. But here's the difference. We're in the age of Donald Trump. What happened over the past 2 years? Donald Trump attacked and really brutalized many people, not just the press, John, loads of individuals and groups, including using the issue of immigration to stir up the Republican base. As a consequence,
but not beat them up, but not physically. I don't think Donald Trump has ever been accused of physically beating anyone up.
Well, no, I'm not saying he did it himself, but in those rallies, you remember him doing nothing to stop some of the physical violence and, in fact, urging it on. Let's not rewrite history here. The man, he was rewarded for these sorts of activities. Politicians pick up on that. A man who will do and say anything got rewarded with the presidency. I think that affects other elected officials, and you combine that with social media, the anonymity of social media. There's a mob mentality on social media, and it spills over into real life, and we're going to see a lot more of it, and not just on the issue of immigration.
So, Larry, to that point, do you think that the American electorate has become more immune to it? I mean, every headline, show-led newspaper front page headlines were this Montana candidate, now Congressman-elect, who body slammed a reporter, and 2 days later, no one's talking about it.
Quote, Americans haven't become more used to it. This is as partisan as everything else in this intensely polarized, partisan country. Republicans, it doesn't bother them, as we saw in Montana. How many people did you interview there?
You can't characterize an entire half of this country.
First of all, it's not half of the country. You've got Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. But Republicans support it because it's promoted by their side, by their president, and by Texas, other people associated with the Republican Party.
I will say in Texas, though, there were Democrats laying hands. We had a Democratic representative admitting he put his hands on another candidate. The other guy threatened to shoot him. I mean, it was a back and forth. There were Democrats involved, too. And the chair of the Democratic Party, Larry, and we're not doing point counterpoint here, but the chairman of the Democratic Party, Tom Perez, is now swearing regularly. And I know swearing isn't hitting, but he's purposefully using naughty words now to make his point. So Democrats see an advantage here, too, don't they?
Well, look, you're pointing to one example and saying both parties were involved. That's absolutely correct. However, this is more of the false equivalency that you all have been correctly criticized for, and other news media outlets have been correctly criticized for during the election. Things are not equal. You have to look at the breakdown of the population, and Republicans support this because their leaders support it. Democrats oppose it because their leaders oppose it, and because maybe they're the target sometimes. Let's not rewrite history.
Understood.
We got to leave it there. I know a lot of Republicans. No Republican I know would support this, but we take your point, Larry Sabato. Thank
Poppy,
you.
you need to get around more. Need to get around out of that studio a little bit more.
All right, a couple minutes before the hour right now. Poppy does a lot of traveling. Appreciate your time, Larry. Trouble for Tiger Woods, the golf legend arrested on suspicion of DUI. What he's saying about the incident that landed him in jail. That's next.
With my moderate to severe Crohn's disease, I kept looking for ways to manage my symptoms. I thought I was doing okay. Then it hit me. Managing was all I was doing. When I told my doctor, I learned Humira is for people who still have symptoms of moderate to severe Crohn's disease, even after trying other medications. In clinical studies, the majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
just managing your symptoms? Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Okay, got it. Rumor confirmed. They're playing.
What?
We gotta go.
Where?
San Francisco.
When?
Friday.
We gotta go.
Any airline, any hotel, anytime. Go where you want, when you want, with no blackout dates. The Travel Rewards credit card from Bank of America. It's travel better connected.
Did you know 90% of couples disagree on mattress firmness? Fortunately, there's a bed where you both get what you want every night. Enter Sleep Number in the semi-annual sale going on now. Sleep IQ technology tells you how well you slept and what adjustments you can make. She likes the bed soft. He's more hardcore. So your sleep goes from good to great to wow. Only at a Sleep Number store. Oh, and right now, save $200 on our Queen C2 mattresses, now only $699. Ends Sunday. Go to sleepnumber.com for a store near you.
You don't think it looks odd at all that the President of the United States is firing the guy who's leading the investigation into the President's White House?
If it comes down to James Comey's word versus President Trump's word, who would you believe?
If they're proven true, is this obstruction of justice? By the way, reporters questioning the White House and the timing and all that, that's quite appropriate, and we're going to continue to do it.
Do you owe money to the IRS? Listen to how Optima Tax Relief helped these people put their tax debt to rest.
My debt with the IRS had been going on for more than 10 years, and I knew they were going to come get me. It was horrifying. The IRS just wouldn't work with me. Then Optima got involved, and I mean, they really got involved. They took care of me like no one else ever did. No more phone calls, no more stress. It's like having two lives, the one before Optima Tax and the one after. I fell to my knees when I opened that letter up and read what I read. Oh my God, it was unbelievable. I knew I had a new beginning.
Wouldn't you like to get a letter like this? A document from the IRS that officially resolves your tax problems, and with huge savings if you're able to qualify. But don't wait until it's too late. Call Optima for your free consultation today.
For your free consultation, call 1-800-786-1737. That's 1-800-786-1737.
United Shades of America. New episodes Sundays at 10 on CNN.
I miss you, babe.
I wish you were here. I miss home.
For the guy who finds a way